Alright, hello, greetings and welcome in everyone. Hello. My name is Harrier Citadel, avian alien sentinel of Fort Misthaven, perpetrator of creative chaos and general maker of things. Welcome in. Hello Alex, hello Tawny, hello. You caught me while I'm at work again, oh no. Glad to be here. I hope that you will not get in trouble having a stream on another monitor while you're working. Yay! Welcome in. Good to have you joining us. Sure. Today has been a busy day of iterating things and getting my brain to function, and now I am left with mulch. And as such, we are going to be rounding off the week with a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV. Woohoo! We're gonna continue progressing on the main scenario a little bit. And yeah. We are currently between A Realm Reborn and Heavensward. And yeah, we are in the in-between patches at the moment, with a whole bunch of stuff that I've never seen before, so let's see what we're in for, yeah? I hope that everyone's Thursdays has been treating you kindly. Hope you're doing good. I just realized that my neck is stiff, you know. Yes. So let us head over. Oi, no. There. That's where I want to be. Everything was moving in all of the wrong ways. Yeah. Okay, so this is where we presently are. We are in Horizon. And we have a couple of things to do, yeah. So we're gonna speak with Y'shtola, see what's going on. And depending on how long this goes, we might look at doing that Legacy of Alag quest that is currently floating above my head. But I think my Chaos Cat is about to ask me to chaperone him to the food bowl once more. Oh no, is that settling down? Yeah, he's settling down for now. Okay. If I need to manually move the feline in a little bit, I will excuse myself for that, because he can throw where he sees fit. But okay, let's just check audio wise. I know that currently it's not doing anything because background music is in between bits. Is the sound okay? Can you hear the background music fine? Looks like it should be alright on the mixer. But okay. Let's see what our Charlian lass has to say. Raptor, your assistance is most welcome. I've already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufulupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, Fufulupa stands over yonder. That he does. Okay. Oh, hello there. Raptor, was it? Y'shtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We've yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted off towards the Eastern Thanalin, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage? That would seem curious, a choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Al-Maljar have a foothold in the Eastern Thanalin. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could... Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or, on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Maljar friends. And wouldn't you believe it? I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends the Brass Blades intercept it. In all my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The Blades were calling at one of the greatest hauls they'd ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we'll have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Raptor. So, it wasn't crystals, but it was, other happy leaves. Okay. Huh. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amaljar are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we're dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Urianger of our progress, or lack thereof. Oh dear. Ooh. I sense cutscene.
Now then.
Ah.
Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Okay, I wasn't entirely off in terms of his tone. That's good to know.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Tower.
Of course, Thancred would ask exactly how pretty she is. Ugh.
Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
I like Urianger. I like him so much. He's such a fun character. Oh. Hello there.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
I love her voice. Ooh. So interesting usually to hear the English voices. I usually play with the JP dub. I usually play games with the JP dub as well, but because I want to do the voice acting thing, I'm playing with the English to try and get used to what their tones and timbres sound like to match. But man... Okay, that was in fact the cat asking to be taken to the food bowl because he is being a prima donna, as cats do. One moment, please. Yeah, one cat. Chaos, do you want to say hello? Do you want to say hello? Or are you going to just sulk? Okay, you're just gonna sulk, okay. Alright, the cat has been deposited at the food bowl. Now we can concentrate. Okay, now we can concentrate. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking up Fufulufa's brain again. Who knows? If we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Oh, but it is good to see you return. I've given some thought to the matter, and I've just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufulupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there is someone among our own ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufulupa. Indeed. If for reasons of security, the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they may instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let's say, a lone Mikote miner traveling without escort so as not to attract undue attention. But who... Ah, I see. Yes, the concern may very well elect to do that. But to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way. Mayhap north of the bridge to Himalaya? A fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, Raptor? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Forgive me, my friends, but I've received new orders. I must inform my men at once. And thus the conspiracy begins. call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Oh, I love that. Alright, so where am I headed? In a general that way direction. And over here. Okay. Where are you guys? There. Okay, and now let's see how much I can remember about doing anything. That was fairly straightforward. Ah, there are more of them. Where are they? Okay, there they are. Josh, hello, welcome in. Good to see you. We are doing well. We're currently in the patches between A Realm Reborn and the first expansion. Wow. In our free trial completionist run. Gasp. Now, let's see. What does Yashtala have to say? Stubborn to the last, as expected. You are unharmed? A gang of sea-wolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea-wolves? All of them? Aye, and with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then. Futhalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Okay. The next main dungeon is one of my favorites. Ooh, good to know. Ha. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. But we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then, by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No. I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him, and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that, exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea-wolf. Lemonson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me appraised of any developments. Yes? He's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? I love that comedic timing. Oh my word. At least they know. At least they know. The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphinode awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident. I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphinode has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous brass blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. Okay, then back to over yonder. Like, I probably could have just flown there, but eh. You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. Thank you. Ooh, thank you. From what I've been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? In Orthard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern Continent, it is ruled by the Galaean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best of circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and, more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools to not pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Uldor, Raptor. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan Sworn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have a hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Uldar. Okay, then to Uldar. Okay. Oh. At this point, I don't need to waste gil on such short trips. So, yay. Considering how long this trip would have taken on foot, Oh. Let's see. Now, we need to go upstairs. And where is the nearest? There. Alright, I'm looking for that one. Let's see. There's always a crowd around here, huh? It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. She's Aura. Hello. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you'll find me more to your liking. Alphino Levelier, at your service. A friend. Which, I believe, makes me a very nearly unique in this part of this world. At least. Few indeed are your allies in Uldar, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the Quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there's aught we can do to help. Fellow Aura! First one in main story! I'm looking for... that one. Now let's see what our... very conservatively clad lass has to say.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. and so I gathered what few domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Oh.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
You see, that would make a lot more sense. Had I not chosen Aura as my race to start with, as would have been the case when the game initially came out. And the class was not yet available until, or the race was not yet available until, I believe it was the Heavensward expansion came out and they were added. I believe they were added in Heavensward, if I'm not mistaken. Now what does Yugiri say? If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for some several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more than you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people.
Hells! Why didn't you say so sooner, Raptor? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, you see. But just sent word they can't come. Meaning I've got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. And that's a hydrate. So,
much like the feast, it's time for everyone to acquire their nearest safe for consumption beverage and take a sip. And reset. But yay, Momodi just happened to have food. Yay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you, Momodi.
Go and call on Fridery and Catherine at Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship this little prince's order to the Waken Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That'll set them straight.
Okay. Awesome. So quick delivery. And then we'll see where we're going from there. Okay, and both of these are this way. Okay, so Catherine.
My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions?
Methinks not, Madam Catherine.
You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words.
Okay, Fridery, what have you got to say? She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mr. Normandy's judgment, but that don't seem wise to me. I'll speak not for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can earn a crust deserves to go hungry. There is that, but also when you have been out at sea for months, everyone is going to be thoroughly taxed in terms of what you are able to actually do. On top of generally having limited supplies on the best of days, being rationed over the entire course of a journey, and that being limited to stuff that can't perish means you have very limited nutrition options, and that results in being less able-bodied at the end of a long journey in cramped conditions than you would have had it been under less stressful circumstances. Like, it's not easy.
They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri it's all in hand.
I dared not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momody is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphinaud. I swear we shall return the favour. Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. This small favour you fairly won with your words, and it is with your words that you must win the favour of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. Yeah. Given that the Syndicate are literally a bunch of purely economically driven individuals, the idea of giving selflessly does not sound like part of their paradigm by any stretch of the imagination. Now, what does Rob Barn have to say? A pleasure, Raptor. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
I, Yugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future.
That's a burn.
Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
That's, significant. But not unexpected.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Oh boy, that's gonna come back and bite us later, isn't it? The entire situation in Uldar is totally gonna come back and bite us later. As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah, I will waste no more words on him, not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. Okay. So, plan B. What's plan B? What's plan B? Pretty wings. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that the matter be reconsidered. The Monitorists had made their position clear. Agreed. Uldar is not an option. Nor are Limsa or Gridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs. Which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative. A place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Da-da, hey! The spark just flew. Menphilia. That is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision. I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap? Or even just a few days? Excellent. I shall keep you informed. Lady Ugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Elfino. The headquarters of my order, the Signs of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, Lady Ugiri. Though I will not hear a single word said against our beloved Uldar, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphino, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life of your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat, considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Uldar Adventurers Guild may be of assistance? Look for me there anon, Raptor.
Lady Yugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the immortal flames can provide.
Oh boy, okay. Adventurers Guild. There we go. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momody has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Mordona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. Oh, Momody is a sweetheart.
What news?
Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the immortal flames can do?
I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller member, mayhap it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona.
When government fails to act, the responsibility falls upon us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans in the Doman's behalf.
Very well. We shall begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord.
After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Uldar, Lady Yugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. I'm just trying to figure out what merchant guy has to get out of this. Like, this is Uldar. Everyone is in for the coin. Like, everyone. If they're a Lala, they're in it for coin in some way, shape, or form, and I'm struggling to see what he's getting out of it yet. And that worries me.
Well, it sounds like we have work to do. Lady Giri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we?
I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you. After you've rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? As we speak, the Domans prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, where from they will be transported by carriage to Uldar. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Raptor, I would have you go to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever needs to be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hosen when you arrive. As Lady Ugiri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. Okay. To Vesper Bay! Thank goodness for all of those Aetheryte tickets that I haven't used yet, right? Right? Greetings! Alphanode informed me that a scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I'm honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. Hi, I knew from a glance what manner of man you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been giving into my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son Yozen. He can tell you more. Okay. Yozen, where are you? Up there. Oh, hello there. I'm Yozen, son of Hozan. Will you be coming with us to Uldar? I hear we're traveling by horse-bird-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide and seek. 3 players are still in hiding, and since Lady Ugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. I understand. I understand. Oh no. Hey, you're not Yozen. Who are you? I'm Koharu. Raptor Citadel, huh? I don't know anyone else was... Wait a minute. You're one of those stallions, aren't you? No, scions. Then you must know Lady Ugiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek, too. Oh, right. It's almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Raptor Citadel. Oh. Oh, cute. I hated this mission when I got it. Got stuck for 10 minutes. Oh no. Are you playing? Ha! No fair! Yozen didn't say anything about adults. Huh? We get to ride a horsebird carriage? I don't know. It sounds scary. But if Yozen says it's safe, I'll go. You find me. I guess I need to practice more. Or maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Gauleans didn't find me. Oof. Context. That carried so much hidden context. Oh boy. Of course the kids would be good at hide and seek if they need to stay hidden from the Gauleans, who are busy tearing through the country, killing everyone in their wake. Implications. Very heavy implications. Wonderful. All the children are accounted. Hide and seek. Ah, I see that you're curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Ugiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. Yeah. You know. Not fun. But important lessons to learn. Just like when you're driving and you hear sudden bangs, don't stop the car, just put your foot down and keep going. Because that also sometimes ends badly. Anyway, that was my from my iteration of reality. Anyway, that was a hydrate. Everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages and let's take a sip, right? I just got lucky. I think I spotted the flame motif from these every time I turned around, so it's like, oh, okay, there's the kid. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father Home, will be travelling in the lead carriage together with Yonkaharu, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Uldar is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you were to agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you are ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Eager to be off, are ya? Aye, well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that. Runner of the Blade says we might have a problem. A fierce-looking beastie is being sighted south of the bridge to Hammerlea. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on him, of course, but I don't pay to gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lot here's another story. So I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around. Make sure the area is safe, like. And if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way's clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blades tell me the road there is safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own. Assuming the self-same bastards don't try to rob us, that is. Fair, fair. Wing. Let's see. How far am I going? Just gotta get around this rock because I don't think I can fly over it. Okay, there we go. Almost got it. There we go. There we go. So there was a beastie. Was being the operative word, eh? You're brushing against the grain of the feathers. Well fought, sir. Well fought. If only I was in better health, I would have been proud to stand at your side. Chocobo spotted, yes. Very cute Chocobo. Pay my son no mind. He forgets his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost, but not forgotten. Lady Ugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they know full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life. All this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father, to she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Okay, I'm just going to quickly grab a screenshot, because I just spotted something that is going to be very useful for me later. Sorry about that. I'm just going to quickly just dump that. Oh. Ow. Kids? That expression though. Why? You can't just knock over old people. That's dangerous. What if he broke his hip?
Hey, Mr. Raptor! Kaharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer.
Ooh. Why did Raptor become an adventurer? I can't remember what I said when we started the game. Did I say power, glory, or fortune? I can't remember. Old people. Yeah! I mean, granted, I think that the range for what counts as old people might differ in Eorzea versus our modern society. But, who knows? It definitely does not strike me as a spring chicken. You know what? I'm gonna go with the poetic one to keep the kids confused. So, you like roses? I think I understand. I mean, they're nice and everything. But don't they grow in lots of places?
It's my turn now. Excuse me, Roster Raptor. I've got a question. What's Revenant Toll like? Is it pretty?
All of these are terrible answers. Okay, it's not all terrible answers, but that one is a terrible answer. That one is a terrible answer. But I'm gonna go with that one.
You mean there are lots of people there who are just as strong as you? Oh, I can't wait! Enough, Kaharu. It's my turn again. Mr. Raptor, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do?
Well, that's one answer. Train every day. Diligence and discipline.
Ah, so my father was right. How do you do it then? Come on, tell me, and don't leave anything out.
All right. That's enough questions for Mr. Raptor.
Oh, that's not fair. Why does Yosen get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day?
Aww.
Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Raptor. I won't forget it. I'm gonna be an adventurer too. Then when we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurers guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Raptor and Lady Ugiri. Yeah, just like Mr. Raptor and Lady Ugiri.
We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? And chocobo carriage ride! Haven't been on one of those forever. And kids are being kids. Aww. Cute. Alright, now where am I needed? At the quicksand. Alright. I know it's a balance thing, but with this height and stride length, I feel like he should be faster. I know it's just a balance and animation thing, but with his height and stride length, I think he should be faster. If only. Yeah, I know, right? Imagine if height and stride length of the animations were taken into consideration in terms of character movement speed. It would make people totally change how they develop their characters in the character maker. Ah, Raptor. I take it the first group has arrived? Excellent. Is there aught else? No, I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Ugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. No one would ever play Lalafell? No. That is basically a guarantee. Like, everyone would be either a Roganin, or a Hrothgar, or an Aura male, or maybe one of the tall here. But like, ish. It is past time Lady Ugiri met with the guild representatives in Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Thanalin which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak worth with Slafborn upon your arrival. He is the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Ugiri to Minfilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand the Domans in good stead for that which is to come. Safe travels, Raptor. For the sake of intense raids, I wish people wouldn't play Lalafell. The amount of times the tank was a Lalafell and the healer couldn't find him due to their size is just sad. Yeah, that's when, as a healer, you gotta, instead of looking at actual people on the field, you gotta actually use your team list. I figured that out the last time I tried to play healer a couple of years back. But yeah, it's definitely... But the meta! Lalafell to figure out where you are to avoid AoEs. Oh boy. I can't speak for the metas. Where's my home? It's still Gridania, hey. I think my home is still on Gridania. In the later raids, you have a designated partner, which sometimes happens to be the tanks and healers, so... Designated partner? Okay, interesting. I almost stepped over that knight. Okay. To swap positions to eat the AoE damage? Oh, I see. Okay, what does Slafborn say? And this must be the esteemed Lady Ugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends, and bid you welcome to the toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit, and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed do not enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slafborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand, I give the same speech to all new arrivals, and you needn't bow your head or call me master either. We are both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slafborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent. 7 hells, Raptor, why are you wasting your time with me? See them to the rising stones! Slafborn. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall rejoin you at the rising stones anon. Okay. That's an excuse to not have to animate going into the door, isn't it? Yes. Because otherwise it would make no sense why she wouldn't know where the door is. It's just moving the sets and chess pieces around in the back. Totally just moving the sets and chess pieces.
Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Baldessian continue to be met with failure. Urianger has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded naught. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. How fare the Domans? I am given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you've questioned the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unsolved. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our power to help them. Lady Ugiri is here. Please, show her in. I should very much like to meet her.
Pleasantries exchanged.
We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing.
Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we shall find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure, Antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave, as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slaffborn. Lady Ugiri, Raptor.
Lilhamun and I will make all of the necessary preparations to ensure our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival. Though I must admit I am still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Yashtola should be returning anon with a report from a field. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival?
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet, which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
Oh boy.
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers.
Oh boy.
With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
There's the echo doing its thing again. Oh boy. Keywords. Oh boy.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones.
Where did he find a big enough crab?
I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary?
Oh no.
We have outstayed our welcome.
Oh boy.
The gift and knowledge.
This is what that Asian was talking about, huh?
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a Primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
Primal?
Ayo? It's not a thing? In Doma? Oh yeah, with the Garleans kind of crashing literally every cultural aspect of a place. Yeah, I guess that primals would not necessarily be so regular a threat, given the entire previous arc was all about the Garleans who are coming up with ways to wipe out primals. And literally every other culture.
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Okay. Yugiri has joined the party, I guess? Okay. So clearly Leviathan is gonna be the next main beastie on the cards. That said, I'm actually gonna need to end stream pretty soon. I don't know how much longer this quest chain is going to continue for. I think there's still gonna be a information gathering arc before we actually go to fight the beastie. Because you don't do the setup like that and not fight the beastie, right? Right? So I'm going to call it a night for now. 4 more quests before the fight. Yeah, it might... The dialogue might be a while. I don't know. Shall we see? Shall we see if we can get to the fight? I might regret it in the morning, but that's future me's problem, I guess, right? It can be lengthy, so you don't need to push it. Okay. Yeah, if it's gonna be dialogue-heavy quests, then I think it's probably best to save that for another time. But, hey, we definitely went places. I wouldn't know those, I skip everything. Oh boy. Yeah, no. I think, it's touch and go. Like, I know for today, a lot of what happened was dialogue because we get new characters, we're starting a new arc, new scenarios are being planted, so there's a lot of information being deposited in the story. But it's so cool to finally meet another Aura. I think only 2 of those quests have fights, so I do think it could be lengthy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, then I think we'll save that for next time. We shall definitely then save that for next time. Which I will try to make happen on a day when there are more hours at hand, so that we can figure things out. With a slightly clearer head. Yeah? I was very excited for your reaction to the big fight. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. I mean, big fight can go one of 2 ways. Either I'll be so focused on trying to remember what buttons do what that I will be panicking the entire way through. But beyond that, we shall see. Like, I've seen iterations of Leviathan across various versions of Final Fantasy. So I know I really, really, really like Leviathan's design. There are 2 orange colors that are legal trademarks. It's a trademark color. Wow. Crazy. You'll be fine. I've cleared this dungeon by myself before an extreme. Ooh. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. I am anticipating that you are slightly more versed in gameplay than me. I love Leviathan. Yeah, Leviathan has always had such a cool design. in every iteration. Hello, Toaster. Good to see you. Good to see you. I can carry if need be. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. It's going to pretty much be a case of me button mashing and panicking. Again, I can almost guarantee it. When we get there, we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. So, I will come away from there for the moment. But yeah, we'll get there. It'll be exciting. So today has been Thursday, which means that now we go into weekend chaos of its usual proportions. So I don't know how much stuff I will be able to get done over the weekend. I will probably be doing the offline commission grinding that I can't really do on stream. Quite a bit of that. And yes, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I think. Yeah, I'm not going to make any predictions at this point about what's next week is going to look like. I'm presently just grateful that I didn't have to cancel out today. I'm just very, very grateful we didn't have to cancel out today. I know that I posted my waiting room link, like, at stream starting time. That was supposed to have happened. I was dealing with a bug. So, whoops. But, main thing is we got to stream, and I'm a happy camper. And, yeah, I am excited. I'm looking forward to seeing where the story is going. Getting information about the Eastern Continent, that's a new thing. I'm curious about the lands beyond Eorzea's borders, that's for certain. I'm really curious to see how things unfold from here, so... the introductory arc has passed, and now we are going towards the first major story arc, and we are presently doing the setup for that, and that's always exciting and interesting. And in between everything else, I've managed to pick up a couple of useful visual references for when I do more character modeling. So that's fun. I will let you guys know if I manage to get any more writing done over the weekend as well, when I come talk to you guys again on Monday. We'll see. We'll see. What date is Monday? What date is Monday? Monday is the 1st. Wow, okay. Monday is the new month. So provided all goes well, I'm going to see what things look like in terms of potentially being able to do a treadmill Azatsu on either Saturday or Sunday. It depends on what the rest of the circumstances in the household look like again. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah. But yes, thank you guys so much for joining me. I really, really, really appreciate it. Let us head back over here. Whew! That has been fun. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Happinesses. I've been really looking forward to getting a lot more writing done. Like, I will not lie, some things have been brewing in my brain in the course of this day as I was iterating on other things, and it has been a little bit counterproductive in that regard, that my brain is split over two completely different tasks at the same time. But I have been trying to capture important thoughts as I've been having them, and I think I'm starting to get some direction on some important points, so that's great. And yeah, Project Misthaven is slowly starting to take shape on the writing front. I think it's probably Krahazek, hello, welcome in. So yeah, Project Misthaven is definitely at the point where I need to dedicate writing hours, like more than anything. That is what I need to do with it, is dedicate writing hours, because things like the 3D character modeling and so on is stuff that can happen in stream, but the writing stuff is stuff that I have to do offline. And unless we end up spending more time behind the hex curtain. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a balancing act on that front. So I think I'm gonna try and do as much prep work as I can as we go into the next 2 months of Utter Chaos, or next month and a half of Utter Chaos, which is going to be leading up to my brother's wedding. And trying to get the last commissions that I've currently got in the queue delivered. Because it's some big stuff, right? 2 animatics, Zany's character design, Sishian's model that needs to be finished, and I've also got an illustration for Toaster that I need to do in the run of next week as well. So that is all stuff that I've got up in the air at the moment, but I would please like to strongly encourage, if you guys have the means and the ability and the inclination, to assist me in being able to work on Project Misthaven by purchasing work hours on VGen, so that I can actually afford to not spend my time and effort marketing other things. That would significantly help me in being able to actually deliver more cool stuff to you really soon. So that would be really cool. Once again, only if you guys are able. We are slowly trying to get things built in place, like Krahazik is just saying. I've just started working on how to chop up the main terrain file into smaller working cells, which is really cool, because we have basically got a terrain file or a terrain mesh that is the entire Mist March. It's huge. Yes, it's literally the entire march. Which is basically a small province. Like, it's a kind of really small province. 30 by 20 kilometers. Yeah, it's about the size of a decent metropolitan city. Or isn't that maybe the size of Mauritius even? Is that, how big is Mauritius? Because that sounds familiar. That sounds eerily familiar. That sounds eerily familiar. ...2,040 square kilometers. Okay, then it's probably not the same, right? Yeah, it's probably not the same. It's probably about the size of a small city. In modern circumstances. But yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. Granted, I am fairly certain a portion of that is not traversable terrain as well, intentionally. Figuring out how it's all going to go together is an interesting thing. So big thank yous to Krazik in terms of helping on the technical side of that, because that is something that I've not yet had the opportunity to apply brain power to. Like, I know I sculpted the terrain mesh in Blender, but actually being able to populate it is a whole nother kettle of fish. So yeah, it's a big deal. Thank you very much for that. But what is on my cards to handle, what is in my immediate set of tasks, the writing, the character stuff, all of that madness, and the associated systems, in terms of figuring out, okay, what systems do we want, how do we want them to work, and seeing if we can figure out ways to get everything to work together in the way that we want them to. That's largely my brainchild that needs plugging through one step at a time. So yeah, at the moment I'm currently doing battle with getting the full timeline sorted out in terms of main plot points and so on. We spoke about this a bit yesterday as well. And yes, as soon as I've got that down, it should be a lot easier to actually figure out what's going on, I think. But yeah, very excited for it all. It's gonna be crazy in all of the best ways. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it like quite a lot. But yeah, I need to now end off this day. Oh, thank you, Alex. I heard monetary support. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Yes, that is currently everything that goes in the Ko-fi goes towards the Harrier 3D model, which will be the replacement for what you're currently seeing on screen now. The design that it will be built against is going to be the canon in-game design, which is slightly different from what you see here. In terms of outfit, not that we necessarily always see the entire outfit at present, because, you know, yeah, we don't see most of that most of the time. we don't see most of that most of the time, right? So it's fine. But it will mean that I'll actually finally be able to use my hands, and that will be nice. Legs, yes, legs. It'll also mean that I'll actually be able to pose more interestingly sometimes. Like, I might, like when we go to the game stream, I might pose the model so that it sits cross-legged on the frame of the screen. JoJo pose? Possibly? I need to get more lower back strength to be able to hold a JoJo pose, so oh my word. I need to work out more. But that is only going to happen after the wedding, because otherwise I will not fit into my dress. Because there is not enough space around my rib cage to acquire more flesh. So we'll get there. But I'm kind of holding off on the strength training while we are in preparation for my brother's wedding. Like, I'm in no danger of gaining weight, but I am also trying my very best to not gain muscle at the same time at the moment. After the wedding, I will be able to put some effort into gaining muscle, because at that point I don't mind if my intercostals gain actually a little bit of actual flesh. At the moment though, no. Got chunky ribs. For how little padding they've got, they're broad. Anyway, that's besides the point. Anyway, we will be working towards... Could just do some toning. Don't know much about working out, so yeah. The main thing is that my issues primarily are core strength, and torso strength issues that what I want to work on primarily. Like, my limbs are pretty strong. My extremities are decently strong. My core is the weakness. And unfortunately, where it comes to where the dress fits, it's relatively tight around the ribs and the waist. And therefore, that is the area that I really don't want to have any shape changes and increases in muscle mass. Because I'm petite. I am petite, it's just, yeah, I can't really afford to gain muscle mass. Upper body is where I'm weakest. Yeah. Now for me, it's definitely torso. It's definitely core and torso. So yeah. It needs work. It needs work. Because my legs are decently strong, my arms are decently strong. But the torso. Holding a plank is currently like a challenge. My legs are weak, but mainly due to my weak knees and the tendency to dislocate them randomly. That is a valid reason for the legs to not be in the great spot. Randomly dislocating knees does not sound good. That does not sound good. I will be very, very, very honest. That does not sound good. Calyx, oh my word. My legs are also weak, but currently because I'm witnessing a goddess. Well, I hope that you tell her that she is pretty to her face. It's not ideal, but it doesn't hurt, so that's a plus. Well, I'm glad it doesn't hurt. I'm glad it doesn't hurt. Yeah. So yeah. Presently, yeah, I think if we are, oh, Alex, thank you for sponsoring. Thank you for sponsoring Misthaven Hours. Thank you for sponsoring Misthaven Hours. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you for sponsoring 2 Misthaven Hours. Woohoo! Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. So that will be a significant help for me. Being able to actually just work on the project is a huge, huge thing. So, yay, greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. If you guys have the means and are able to sponsor hours, I really, really, really appreciate it. Alternatively, ways that you can help me be able to actually put time into working on Project Misthaven, it'd be sharing clips or reposting stuff that I share on terms of waiting rooms and what have you. Whatever, basically, to just spread the word of the channel. Because at some point, we are aiming to achieve YouTube monetization. I'm still quite a ways off on that. But once we do, it will be easier to allocate a little bit more time into the project as well. So currently, we are striving to the 500 sub goal. That is what we're currently aiming for. And bringing your friends is kind of the easiest way to get that to happen. Hitting the like and sub button, getting the notifications going. Every watch hour counts. So once again, to all of the lurkers and the fellows in the VOD squad, you guys are MVPs on that front as well. Because those watch hours would be also very, very greatly appreciated. Generally liking a stream close to the beginning is helpful because it gets a does watching VODs help? Yes, it does. It does. Valid watch hours are across all of the content on YouTube, including both streams and VODs. So, literally, if you have a TV that you are not watching in another room of your house, you can put a VOD on in silent in the background, and that helps me plenty. All right. What is a fellow? Here are a lot of people that get on news and source be referred to, and now there's a senior fellow from this place. Okay, a fellow is basically another way of saying a person, right? Like, fellow got corrupted into fella as well. Yeah, so it's like that bloke over yonder there. it's guy. Yeah, it's just a person. Like, fellow can mean, if used as a descriptor, it can mean someone who has a likeness to you, in the sense that I'm dealing with a fellow creator on a thing. That insinuates a likeness in that use case. But if you are referring to a fellow, then you're referring to a person. Usually it refers to a male person, but people generally don't care about it that much. I thought they were there because they're knowledgeable about a subject. Well, sometimes the fellow just happens to be a industry expert on a thing that is the topic of conversation, but fellow is just such a colloquial term for a person that feels a little bit less awkward than saying, and now we're going to speak with this person that we have dragged off the side of the street, who witnessed the thing that happened. So it's just one of the very many ways of phrasing it. I am pretty sure in certain circles, fellow with a capital F can be used as a proper noun. In like certain intellectual societies, but whether that actually has a titular standing is dependent on the organization in question, I think. Watching the news, I was thinking, man, all these fellows. How do I get paid to be a fellow? Yeah. How do I get paid to just be a person? I too would love to know. How do I just get paid to be a person? That would be cool. Like, just do you exist as a? Did I say a bad word? Did I? Possibly we were mishearing things. I don't know. Did I? Yeah, I don't remember saying anything untoward. I was trying to pronounce titular, as in someone who holds a title, or the act of holding a title. Like the titular character of Zelda, for example. The character whose name is the title of the thing. That was the word I was trying to say. If you were referring to that being a pun on that which sounds like the... Exactly, that's the thing. Exactly that, Calyx. Deadpool, the star of the hit comic Deadpool, yeah. He's the titular character. That's just how you pronounce the word. Because titular does not sound right. It does not sound right. Granted, English pronunciations in general are a mess. So what the actual pronunciation of anything is supposed to be is anyone's guess. Because the day I actually find a comprehensive list of the pronunciation rules that make sense again, without there being 80,000 exceptions to a given rule. Like, if you have a chain of vowel, consonant, vowel, the first vowel is long. Whereas if it's vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, then the first vowel is short, which is how I generally got taught that that's how you learn to pronounce things. So yeah, also depends on the accent. Exactly. It's messy. It's really, really messy. English is a mess. Another example, the ERS Cassiopeia, the titular vessel of the book series, the Cassiopeia Adventures. Yeah. Like, I don't know why you guys are writing it that way. Like, it's supposed to be, I think it's... unless YouTube itself is ban-hammering the actual spelling because of the AI trying to figure out, hey, are you guys trying to say something? But yeah, English is a bunch of languages in a trench coat pretending to be a coherent language, yes. It is German that decided to try be a Creole language and then changed its mind. And then got old enough for people to kind of forget that it used to be German. Like, if you guys have ever heard Old English, it sounds like German. Like, it's just straight up, it's German. Old English is German. It's great, actually. Anyway. Strange linguistics aside. Yeah, we are now at a point where I am trying to focus my efforts into actually being able to make original stuff, and being able to actually actively work on that project with you guys. Now that I've started being more open with in terms of what Project Misthaven's actually all about and all of that madness, it is something that I want to work on publicly a little bit more. And as such, any means and opportunity that allows me to work on it more in stream, and not have work for other people competing with it for my time and being able to afford, being able to keep living. That would be like goals. But in order to get there, we need to put certain milestones in place first. So we're working towards things. I just noticed the time. Need to go sleep. Hope everyone has a good rest of their day or night. Yes. Maybe also Patreon for Misthaven. I'm avoiding Patreon because then I need to do additional content over and above other stuff to handle the Patreons. I've considered a Patreon on previous projects, but it was not sustainable for the kind of work that I need to do, I don't think. Like general updates, yeah, is okay. But in that sense, I would rather be able to get to YouTube monetization and actually be able to do all of that stuff in a membership tier through YouTube. At this point in the fight, I want to use as few platforms as possible, but as many as necessary. Could just do a Patreon for general monetary support, though Ko-fi already has a monthly thing, so I don't know. Yeah, like, I don't think I've got monthly stuff available on my Ko-fi at the moment, because I don't know if I've got it set up that way. Let me check if that is something that can be set up to have like a patronage type thing. The reason why I didn't is because then everything that goes into that goes directly towards the it goes towards the donation goal. It doesn't go towards being in the monthly usable expenses, because I have a need to keep monies separated in ways, and presently there is an option to have a payment happen monthly on Ko-fi. Yeah, I know that it's the thing, but in terms of actually being able to separate, okay, these are the funds that are dedicated to the particular donation goal that we're working towards, and funds that go towards making sure that I can eat on a monthly basis, those I would need to keep separate. Otherwise, my bookkeeping is going to fall apart. And thus I am hesitant to open that up on Ko-fi at the moment. Which is why at the moment the most viable way for a direct support sort of thing to happen in that case is via sponsoring work hours over on VGen, or buying work hours over on VGen. So that is presently, I think, the most viable option at this point. I don't want to necessarily open too many financial portals and then start losing stuff, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's why goals is get to partnership on YouTube so that we can actually access the membership tiers, because then the YouTube membership becomes basically the Patreon, essentially. And then when we do our membership streams and so on, that will be the quote-unquote supporter content, where we can do slightly more behind-the-scenes work on Project Misthaven as well. The slightly more in-depth, spoilery sort of and also potentially some streams that will not be in our usual working hours. So yeah, the streams that previously will have been like the one or two occasions where I've worked a little bit on Project Misthaven things in a Discord voice chat, which I've been avoiding lately. But that sort of a thing will become like membership content, basically. So yeah. I'm also conceptualizing a couple of things that I can do to also do some additional hype building for the project as well. Like I did mention, I do want to do some unlockable animatic type things. That will be like the before Misthaven lore for certain characters. Which is probably going to get exposed in the actual roots as well. But probably stylistically in a different way. So I will probably want to start, as the soonest opportunity, start working on those animatics for actual Project Misthaven evergreen content on the channel as well soon. As soon as I've got the capacity for it, literally. That's what I'm aiming for. So I'm just trying to get enough of the writing down so that I can actually put pedal to the metal when it comes to actually making those things as soon as possible. And yeah, that's the goals at this point. So we are working towards what we are working towards. And it's a little bit of a catch-22 because in order to attract things and attract people, you need to have a tangible value proposition. And at the same time, I am trying to be able to get a tangible value proposition by having a reliable and consistent support base. And it's a little bit of catch-22, but we are working towards it, right? Little bits at a time. Little bits at a time. And with that being said, it means that I really, really, really do appreciate every little thing that you guys do here as regulars. It's infinitely appreciated. When I say that you guys literally keep me fed, I do not I do not qualify that quite enough. Bread, hello, good goals. Also, if I'm misreading the chat correctly, there's a monthly payment subscription on Coffee. Wish to throw money. Yes, Coffee does have that option. As a platform, it has that option to be able to use that as a patronage support system. At the moment, I do not want to use it because then all of the money that goes into that system will go into the current donation goal, rather than actually being able to keep up monthly expenses, and I can't keep track of those numbers that well. So that's the only reason why I have not implemented that yet. So if you guys do have the means and want to support me on a regular basis, I do strongly encourage making use of the sponsorship tier or sponsorship services on BGen for the moment. And let's just say that should certain numbers of hours be sponsored by certain individuals be met, I'm not going to tell you what the threshold is at this stage. If on a monthly basis certain thresholds get met by certain individuals, let's just say that bonus content might happen. Okay, that was my sales pitch. That was the sales pitch that I had. But anyway, it's not a lot. The bonus content threshold is not a lot. Okay? Good pitch. I am glad it was a good pitch. And And yeah, I really, really, really appreciate you guys. Please do not do anything that is outside of your means. Alright? Debt is scary, and I do not wish it upon anyone. I do not wish it upon anyone. So, sincerely, please stay responsible with your funding. As much as I need any help that I can get, please be responsible with your funding. I appreciate you spoiling your burb, but please do so responsibly. But yes, it is now time for Burb to go roost for this day. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And I will be seeing you on Monday. On Monday, in which time we will probably be doing our illustration for Toaster. Yeah, we're probably going to be doing our illustration for Toaster on Monday. So I'll try and get the sketch for you on that one soon. I've had my head in a washing machine by the feeling of it. So getting everything screwed on in the right direction has been wild. It's been wild. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, okay. I think that covers everything for now. Rest well. I'll see you on Monday. You've had your head in so far in the washing machine, you found a fish in there? Yeah. Pretty much. It's been a ride the last week between my ears. It happens from time to time. Unfortunately, it is a little bit of a cyclical thing to have the days of being dazed, and just trying to figure out which way is up, it feels like. But amongst it all, I appreciate you guys waving the motivational pom-poms and being a guide in that sense as well. Whether the guide is an anglerfish lure is still to be seen, I don't know, but we'll get there, right? I jest. We are all swimming in the dark, and basically I appreciate that everyone has been very generous, very supportive, very patient, very patient with me. I feel like I am slow, and I still sometimes feel guilty spending a day doing something like this, where we played a game instead of being productive, but at the same time I know that taking the foot off the gas a little bit is also part of the job. Because the days where I'm not streaming are not necessarily rest days. There are other responsibilities and works and things that need to happen, so I appreciate you guys granting me days like today where we could actually just foot off the pedal a little bit and just recalibrate. It's you gotta rest, it sucks, but you have to, otherwise you will break down. Taking breaks on occasion is good for the productivity? Yeah. Like I had for the earlier part of the week been significantly feeling like burnout was a heartbeat away. And that is a terrifying feeling when you know, okay, your next deadline is the 3rd of June. So, yeah. I've been trying to avoid that at all costs. So, yes, I appreciate the grace, because a day or two of just doing the other things, and just recalibrating and such is wonderful for the brain chemistry, and I cannot stress enough how much I appreciate you guys having the patience with me for that. Because there is always so much going on. Like, I know tomorrow is Friday. I know I need to spend a little bit of time tomorrow working on signage for my brother's wedding. There's something that I need to help the future sister-in-law with, for the signage that is going to take a large portion of my tomorrow time that I need to handle, because their wedding is early in June, so it's early in July, so then printing needs to happen in June, and therefore my part of the process needs to be done like early. I need to have that done by the end of the weekend, so there's that little detail too. All of the things that I can't really always talk about, you know? General domestic. Hey, just on top of everything else, you're also a homeowner. Maintenance happens. Cleaning happens. At some point, you've got to do laundry. And the point of it all being that existence is not something as binary as now you're working, now you're playing. It is work time, it's domestic maintenance, it's preparing food, it's sleeping, supposedly. It's maintaining relationships with your IRL individuals that you are close with. And when you subdivide the day, actually there's not that much time between each of those things that you need to achieve on a given day. So just managing to exist as a marginally functional organic life form, it's appreciated when we all have a gracious understanding of the context of trying to exist. We are not all conveniently rich with people to wait on our every need, right? Existence is hard. Existence is tough, especially when you need to pay for it all at the end of the day. It's like, I didn't ask to exist, now you're asking me to pay for it? What? Welcome to capitalist society, right? But such is the society in which we exist. And we just gotta make do and deal, right? So, really, the grace is greatly, greatly appreciated. And yes, we do what we can. We do what we can. But yeah, for realsies this time, I've been yapping for like a half an hour longer than I intended to. Rest well when you get there. I shall see you on Monday. Thank you for being here. And until then, good night, and see you soon. Ciao, ciao.